The Everything Noob podcast proudly supports the 12 Days of Indie charity live streaming event benefiting Toys for Tots. From December 1st to December 12th, join awesome live streamers as they play their favorite indie titles like Minecraft, Asteria, Insurgency, and so many more. 12 Days of Indie is your chance to discover new indie titles, win prizes, and support Toys for Tots all at the same time. To join in the fun and submit a donation, visit 12daysofindy.com. Let's far surpass our goal of $12,000 and help children everywhere have the Christmas they deserve. Visit 12daysofindy.com now.
Your source for all things gaming this holiday season. Everything Noob starts now.
Hello, one and all, and welcome to the Everything Noob podcast. I am Vortek, joined this evening by Miss Amy and Mr. Dreadlow. How's it going, folks?
Good. Doing a lot better this week.
Doing a lot better?
Yes.
We're dealing with all kinds of technical difficulties as usual, trying to adapt to the changes of technology and Google all at the same time.
I have a newfound love for Google.
No.
No.
This relationship is getting really stale, in my opinion. I'm about ready for the divorce.
Yeah, I am too. And I've been a huge advocate for Google and everything they've been doing for, people who, for example, like me, being a student going into class and not needing to download Windows, Microsoft Office, or anything like that. I can just use Google Docs and everything's everywhere. I love that stuff.
Oh, that is great. Yeah, I do admit that is probably the features that I love the most. However, they like to mess things up too.
Yeah, this is getting ridiculous. They're
not good for production.
No, they are not. And I
good for calls to Nana though.
I mean, I'm trying to make the production quality of this show, as well as everything else I do online, better. I just dropped some money on the Adobe products, so I should be cooking with full steam now, right?
Yeah, you even got a new mic?
Yep, I got a nice new. I don't know if people can tell the difference or not. This is a condenser mic. It takes a different part of your voice, and I don't know. It just sounds better, especially for podcasts. So, and this is the kind of mic I would use for voiceover when we do First Street.
It's so fun.
Oh yeah. Gosh.
I haven't even gotten to do mine yet, but I look forward to it.
Yeah, we got to get your lines going. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Episode 3 comes out this week, and I think we're all in agreement that it's probably the best one yet.
It's the absolute best one, I think.
Oh my gosh.
100 times better than episode 1.
I really like both episode 1 and 2 right now. I'm proud of those just as much, but I think episode 3 is really going to take it to,
My heart swelled with joy.
Yeah, that's when we started making the series, that's how I envisioned it to be. Like that quality and that amount of, I don't know, comedic effect.
Yeah.
So, not trying to pat ourselves on the back too much or anything, but I need a
I'll
pop
do
filter.
it.
I need a pop filter really bad.
I know, that's how I feel.
I just noticed I haven't dealt with the...
Technically, I don't need one, but I need one.
This mic is supposed to have one. It is.
You can make one out of a craft ring.
Pantyhose?
And
a napkin?
Yeah.
A craft
ring. Not a napkin, pantyhose.
I think a napkin would do the trick. So
just go down to McDonald's and get yourself a dirty, greasy cheeseburger, and don't wipe your mouth.
Oh.
I know their napkins are thin enough now.
Gross. So,
or do wipe your mouth with it and then recycle.
Yeah, not good.
Welcome to the Everything Noob Gag Fest 2013. Christmas is coming up. Holy crap.
I know.
Okay, so you know what I was
I'm
looking
not ready for it to be Christmas yet.
No, I'm not. I don't know what I want this year. I've been buying everything as I needed it, and my family's getting frustrated with me because they're like, what do you want for Christmas? Stuff, I guess. I already have everything I wanted. I said, well, I was looking at the PS4, and that's something that's been on my list, one of the new consoles, that or the Nintendo Wii U. And we go to check prices. Weren't we told that the PS4 was $400 retail?
Yeah.
Okay. So why is it $800 at the minimum right now on Amazon?
Whoa.
Oh, those must be like individual sellers who...
Yeah, resellers.
They bought all the available copies through official sources, and since there is no more copies to be bought of the PS4, they are price hiking.
Yeah, it's like eBay.
Yeah, they eBayed that.
Well, I'm mad.
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be more units available closer to Christmas, but you also run the risk of not having one for Christmas.
Well, you know what's funny is that I did the same exact search for an Xbox One, and they're at $500 like they said they would be. So
Probably because they didn't run out of units.
obviously more people bought the PlayStation.
They won the console war!
Yeah.
Sorry, South
I
Park,
guess-
you're wrong.
Sorry, South Park. Yeah, no, we just spoiled that for anyone who didn't see it.
Oh, no, really, that was not the spoiler of that.
No, that was a. You know
mini
what?
series.
Whenever they do a mini series on South Park, I've always hated it. Like they've always done. Like what was the one where Cartman was like a superhero? Like,
Oh, the coon?
yes, I hated that. It was so stupid. And they did. I think that was the same one where they made fun of the oil spill. And with like a giant historical event like that, they could have done so much more to stick it to BP and make fun of them. And they sea monsters and stuff. Like this is lame. This is dumb. I didn't like that. Most of their little three-parters, their little trilogies they do mid-season, I don't like them. But this was probably my favorite.
Probably because it's kind of based off of Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
which is like
I haven't even seen that show, and I
built
know
upon like what the fuck moments
I know
in
enough.
fantasy.
I
And I know I went there, but it needed to be said.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I know enough about Game of Thrones to know that they were probably dead on. But
Yeah.
that's all I can say about it. I mean, they gosh, floppy wieners.
I didn't quite get the joke about like George R. Martin being obsessed with wieners.
The
Maybe
show,
I need to be a hardcore fan, but
The show is on HBO, and there's a lot of nudity, as I understand.
yeah, but like he wrote the books, not the HBO
Oh,
series.
yeah, but he's easy to pick on. I mean, I guess he's still kind of the face of it. So
I read romance novels, and the amount of nudity and sexual content in his books is like light, is if at all there. Like I don't even think you could count that as adult, like mature content. It's so little compared to like a romance novel.
50 Shades of Thrones.
Yeah, exactly. That's the version
Yeah.
I want to read.
No thanks. So anyway, it made me want to start watching Game of Thrones. I'll get to that eventually. But no, those were good episodes, I think. Even if they were right or wrong about the who won the console wars, I think those were fun. I think my whole family liked those actually.
Oh wow.
They were pretty funny.
Yeah. So
Beyonce and Tom Hanks. Everybody loves them.
oh, so hopefully we didn't ruin anything for you. Go check that out at southparkstudios.com or wherever you watch
If
South
anybody
Park.
gets mad over South Park spoilers, like really,
Oh, I know.
Really?
It's like that's
I
a
don't
little
know.
bit.
I was pretty mad at the internet for spoiling Family Guy for me.
that's different though. Like
It's
Family
not.
Guy,
It's the same thing. It's
No,
still a stupid
no.
cartoon.
there's more. No,
But
it's not the same in my opinion. Like if somebody tells me a really funny joke from South Park, I'm not mad about it being spoiled because it's probably even better when I watch it. Family Guy, if somebody spoiled the joke, it's probably ruined because it's more like you have to be there
Yeah.
for it to
Yeah,
actually
it's like
be funny.
the whole show itself is a jokes. I mean, you know, as a storyline, and to take pieces of it, yeah, I could see that.
South Park's just too random for it to really be ruined.
True. So, anyway, on to news items. We actually do have some news items, and I was actually going to bring this up. Dreadlow sent us this story, and this isn't the same story, but I can tell how it relates to what I was going to talk about. I've been getting emails because of who I'm partnered with. They're telling me that YouTube is making copyright policy changes.
Mhm.
And it's going to affect
Right.
people like us who make gameplay videos and anyone like that. I mean, if you're one of those people out there, you should probably listen up because this is a big deal. There's, in short, they've changed their copyright policy so it's even easier for people to come after you if they feel you've stolen their stuff, which was already a problem to begin with. So,
Right.
for example, if you're playing a new indie game and they have a very low-key website, and the game doesn't have enough information about their policies, maybe the developer themselves said to you, oh yeah, you can record videos of my game, that's awesome, that's great. But if it's not on their website somewhere and you have nothing to fall back on, your video can be yanked and you'll get a copyright strike on your channel.
Oh, they even got, like, for instance, one guy, he was doing I guess a let's play, a commentary thing of a Capcom game, and he was flagged, but not by Capcom. It was by CNET. What?
Yeah, that's weird.
You know, and it's like, what the heck?
And
so
you have to watch out too, because people will flag your video just because they don't want to see competition. Like, in the video world, not the gaming world. Like, other people who make videos and are competitive assholes, they'll flag your stuff.
So perhaps this could be a good thing then, in a way, but then again, it isn't for those that have worked hard. So
it might have its pros and cons. It'll definitely help the people who are clearly breaking rules and know they are, but for kids just recording gameplay videos and trying to have fun, that's not right. I mean,
if you aren't trying to monetizing it.
Well, okay,
but it doesn't matter. None of this applies to you as long as you don't monetize and you don't plan to.
But who doesn't anymore? I mean, it's so easy. Every game company and their mother open the doors and the floodgates, and anyone can get partnered. You could have 10 subscribers and 5 views ever, and you'll be partnered with a network.
Right.
So you can make ad revenue pretty easily now. It's crazy, and some people are good and they make a living.
Maybe that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to really cut out all the,
According to this article you sent us, it's hard to tell what they know, like the people who wrote the article. But by the looks of it, they're saying game developers don't like the fact that other people are making money off their product, and I don't think that's true.
They look at controls, but they don't like you to just rip their official trailers and stuff like that.
Well, what's interesting is at the end of the article, it does have a list of gaming developers and lines from their terms of service. And if you look, most of them say it's okay to make videos but not make money from them.
Yeah. Which
is weird because there's a lot of games that I have done videos on and are monetized, and a lot of these companies here are the companies that I do the videos from. So,
well, they're challenging the gray area that if you put commentary over it, or maybe add some special effects and transitions, and not just straight gameplay video with no commentary, aka you're just like they're playing it but without a controller and stuff.
Yeah,
if you upload straight like that, you weren't ever allowed to upload those and monetize those because that's straight copyright.
It's like taking their trailer.
Yeah,
and
so they're
uploading it to your YouTube channel.
They're challenging what the gray area is for a derivative work because that kind of stuff is protected, and they're trying to challenge that line because there is no court case that has like defined where that line sits.
Yeah, if it's obvious that you're playing the game and you're walking through or doing whatever you're doing in the game and it's obvious you're playing the game, then I don't think they're going to mess with that. But if you just got a commentary over some gameplay and it's not known if you were actually playing the game or you took this from either somebody else or from the developer's website, like a trailer or something like that. Mm-hmm. And people have done that where they've made a video and they've taken the trailer, the actual trailer that was created.
Oh, no, that's a no-no.
And they've commentated over that. And that right there, I can understand, that being flagged. I mean, it's not your work.
Well, if someone took one of my gameplay videos and then killed the audio and did their own commentary over it, that would be pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, and I think that's what they're talking about. However, but some of these things, it's like Capcom says, okay, if you aren't making any money, and that's see this FAQ post on their forums. There's a whole list of them. Mm-hmm. Activision just does not allow any derivative works.
Well, this is why I love Twitch, because Twitch has a way different system. They have to. I mean, they partner people through themselves. They don't let other game companies like Machinima come in and partner their streamers. It's all,
Oh yeah.
you could probably get, if you were a really popular streamer and you wanted to, you could probably get revenue from, say, you know how podcasts do ad reads and get money?
Yeah.
You could probably get audible.com to sponsor your podcast, and then you could do an Audible read.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure they wouldn't blink. They wouldn't care. But the point is, if you want to be partnered, just a general partnership, and you want to play Twitch's ads, they'll partner you. And then Twitch controls what games are allowed to be shown on their website. So you don't, if you're playing the wrong game, you're gonna know, and you'll get your first warning or slap on the wrist or however Twitch does it, and don't do that again. And then you just go on to playing games that you know are allowed to be played on Twitch, and that's it. The only downside is it's live, so your viewers need to be there at the time it happens, or they can watch the recording later. And there's no way to like make a collaborative, cool project like First Street, and put it out there.
Yeah.
If you're just using
Unless
Twitch.
you do like a live viewing of it.
Yeah, I mean, and that's an easy
Silly
thing
and
to
weird.
do. Well, if you record it first and then like have it saved as a movie file, and then
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a little weird. Like, here's the premiere. We're gonna watch it live together.
and then Mystery Science Theater 3000 talk about it.
That would be weird though for the audience though, because like you guys, especially in like First Street, are voices in it, so that might get a little confusing.
Yeah. Anyway, it's
Well,
a crazy world out there.
The thing this is gonna the thing that this obvious article is all about is networks and how they operate. Now I know that when you're part of a network, you're supposedly automatically protected from any claims, and when you put out a video, it's instantly AdSense is and your ads are instantly on there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like there's time wasted. Now what it looks like they're going to do is they are going to monitor every video that's uploaded.
Not every video. It's random again.
Yeah, random. But yeah, and then they'll decide whether or not it can be monetized. And so what one network, I don't know if I could name them, but one network, they basically are saying upload your videos as unlisted. Wait for your approval. Once your approval's in there, then you can put your video out. The problem with that is people with like, say, hot news topics or something like that, something that comes up within the week, and they got to unlist it and then wait a while. It's not a hot topic anymore once it gets out there.
When do you need approval though? What network? Well, you can't name. Don't name the network, but is there a network that makes you get approval before they monetize your video? Because I just hit a checkbox and I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's the same
I don't
network
think
we're
so.
with. But I guess what they're saying now is that what you have to do is upload your videos if you want them monetized. Right off the bat, as soon as it goes out, you want to unlist it first. And they're saying within 2 to 48 hours, but come on. I mean, if they're going to sit there and randomly check these videos and see what's good and what's not, it's going to take longer than 48 hours, I would think. But,
no, the random check will happen within 2 to 48 hours of the initial thing, and at which case, time YouTube will send you an email saying you need to prove or send in, like, submit your authorization to monetize that video, which means showing proof you have permission, and then like usually it's like 4 to 8 weeks later, then you can monetize it. By then, unless you like something becomes crazy popular like long after you've uploaded it, your hot like views totally have been missed. Like almost.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
and that's when you get the most from your monetization is the beginning when you first upload.
Exactly.
And so, so if I upload a video right now, say, if I guess they're putting them in two different groups. There's the managed group and then there's the affiliate group, and I would imagine I fall into the affiliate group. But if I put up a video right now as an affiliate or whatever, I put up a video, it's not going to be monetized, and it'll still go through the approval process and all that once I, set it up. So for the beginning time that it's not approved for monetization, I'm going to get most of the views. After a few days, I'm not going to get that many views anymore. Then they're going to monetize it, and it's going to be too late. I'm not going to, you know what I mean?
It doesn't really work well for like Google or the ad company you're running through if you think about it, because most of the ads are run then when they're not going to make any money off of it.
Right, and that's why they have another group called the managed group, which are the ones that are managed specifically by the networks who...
But let's be serious. That's going to be like the top 5%, if even that much, of their earners. Like,
Yeah.
it is only going to be the best of the best that they care about.
Exactly.
Anybody below, like, probably 100,000 subscribers, they don't care about.
Most likely,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, how fair is it to do random checks, too? That's just so bogus. Like, don't randomly call people out who probably aren't even breaking rules in the first place. Why don't you wait till there's a real legitimate complaint?
Or maybe rely on the community.
I mean, are there...
Yeah.
You gotta wonder,
I know
is
there's a lot of, like, potential for trolling, but, like, maybe have people who are authorized to, like, flag videos. Like, could be copyright infringement, and if enough of those people come and flag that video, then YouTube checks it.
Yeah. Well, how many people do they have working on this thing, or is it a computer doing it?
It's a computer. It's all, like, computerized. Of course, there's no person who's sitting there watching videos like, no, I think they need to provide permission. No.
Yeah.
Because no person could actually do
I
that.
didn't
Do you know how
think
many hours of video that would be? I mean, it'd be a sweet gig. I would totally do that job, but...
No. Hell no, I wouldn't do that job.
But
Oh
it's
my
only
God.
like 8 hours of just watching videos, and I know, like, the vast majority of them are so gonna be crap, but, like, it would be easy.
Well, slave labor, I guess. I don't know.
Slave labor. I don't see them paying a workforce to do that. But
No, they're paying a computer to do it.
another reason Twitch wins in my book, again, because they have appointed moderators, and the moderators randomly jump around channels, and especially if they see someone playing, for example, let's say someone played Elder Scrolls Online on a stream,
Oh, yeah.
like
Mhm.
someone's going to be on that.
Anybody who does that anyway is an idiot, because you're basically your email address is plastered all over the screen when you're playing.
I saw like a screenshot of that, and I laughed. I was like, "Wow, that's an
Yeah.
intense watermark."
I thought that was very clever, though, for them
It
to
was.
do
I thought
it
that.
was,
So they
too.
know exactly who to ban.
You can't even like take a screenshot of the level thing without your email being exposed.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if you wanted to show people the leveling system or anything. So
Well, you're not supposed to share anything.
Exactly.
That's what the NDA is for. And so
It
now,
would have been fun. It would have been fun to make a screenshot and then go into Photoshop and blur out all my email addresses.
then you just have a weird ass
I know.
like,
It would-
bar
it would-
blur.
It would have been funny just to put that out on Twitter or something.
if you go and if you're taking screenshots of Elder Scrolls Online, you're basically sacrificing any chance you had to play it.
Oh yeah, you're ruining it.
Yeah. So anyway, that's a whole other story, but
Yeah.
the YouTube thing, I've been worried about it for a while, but then again, not really, because I'm starting to do more streaming, and anything I've put on YouTube lately is more of a creative endeavor, or the podcast or something
so-
like that.
Yeah.
I think for us, us smaller channels, it's not really going to affect us that much, except for of course the delayed monetization might. But I think, and you put yours unlisted anyway and schedule them, so it works. Probably would work out for you anyway. But for those larger channels, say those channels that are, because the networks are only going to support those managed groups that are like have millions of subscribers. But what about those ones that have like a couple 100,000? Are they going to manage those too? I mean, there's a lot of channels like that. So I'm guessing that those are going to be considered affiliate in the affiliate group as well, and they're going to have to do that with their monetization.
Yeah.
So some of those people are really going to be left out in the dark there.
So, like that problem we saw with Captain Sparkles when he did his, video and it got pulled and he threw a fit. That happened recently again, and this is all before the changes they implemented. Then the changes came, and I'm just waiting to see the outcome of it. Everything they've done lately has just been like, why are you doing this? Why?
Wait,
What-
Captain Sparkles had another one?
No. Someone else
Oh.
did. Someone else had another parody video they made, which completely didn't break any laws or rules anyway, and then it got pulled.
Wow.
So it, I don't know. YouTube, Google. The bottom line for us is we're freaking sick of it.
I think
I
there
mean,
needs to be.
I understand their position though, because there's a few bad eggs who want to upload copyrighted movies and straight like video game trailers and try to make money off that. And because of them, they're ruining it for the rest of us.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. And
they have to protect themselves from that.
Yeah, the point I was trying to roll back to anyway was the reason I was like really gung-ho about Twitch. I meant to say this before. Okay, so if you're uploading gameplay videos of just you playing a game, and I've said this a long time ago too, and I went back and did YouTube videos and stuff. If you're just doing it because you want to show your friends your mad gaming skills, or you want to, show, I don't know, whatever the reason you do Let's Plays, you should be on Twitch anyway. That's what it's for. It's for people who just want to play a video game. And I think they don't want to make a giant project or anything. They just want to play a video game, and they might make people laugh or whatever. That's what live streaming's for.
That's what I told you before the show. I said I'm really seriously thinking on doing Twitch videos instead of uploading content, unless it's something that's original.
That's good, because we're trying to develop more of a streaming schedule with Everything Noob. So
there you go. Okay.
Yeah, I've already picked my afternoon.
Yeah.
You can see the schedule on the Everything Noob Twitch channel now. Like, there's not much there now, but there will be.
We're working
everything's
on it.
nailed down.
We're trying to figure out maybe a day the three of us can get together and play some Minecraft or something. I was considering using
a together day.
A together day. Oh,
togetherness.
Aside from the podcast, I was considering doing our Minecraft server, my the Vortec community Minecraft server, and having the three of us on there. And we could invite people on to play, and it'd be a lot easier because that server is going to be there no matter what, whether we stream on it or not. So that's one idea we're throwing around. But
it's just I'm thinking anymore. I mean, just playing any game. I was playing I went back into Skyrim for a little bit last night because of Dan's video outtakes of his stream. And it just got me inspired. So anyway, I was thinking about it. I'm sitting there playing. I'm thinking, what would be the reason for me not to be streaming this right now? Exactly. Absolutely none.
Yeah.
It should just automatically be an automatic thing. When I play a game, OBS just opens up automatically. That would be nice. Just automatically start streaming.
Sure, you could set it up that way.
I know.
It's so easy to do now, and Twitch has made it. What I love about them is they're trying to do their best to make it accessible for everyone, and they give you, while your stream is live, in your dashboard, if you have your dashboard opened, it tells you what your quality is like, if it's acceptable, or if you're doing something wrong. And then if it's not good, it gives you like a help guide that you can just click on, and it tells you the settings you should have. Now, I don't like their help guide for just for the reason I appreciate it, but I don't like that it tells you, oh, this is your computer specs. We've detected them. You need to be streaming at this really super low resolution, and at this bit rate, and it really dumbs it down to where you could actually be at. Like, it does not allow you to stream at your full potential, their help guide, but it's there. It's there so you can have a decent quality stream.
That's good, because I really don't know what to do.
Yeah, I mean, and there's a lot of people who are willing to help you too. I mean, I'll even jump in and help you set up. Especially with you have good internet. You just need a better computer. That's
definitely need a better computer.
The one thing about streaming that I can't control is my internet. So I try to compensate by having a nice computer, and then hope my internet is working well that day to have a good stream.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're considering doing more streams, and we're really trying to grow Everything Noob into something more. So
right.
Be watching that. Before we continue, I want to read this real quick. This is very important to us. So the Everything Noob podcast is a proud supporter of the 12 Days of Indie charity live stream event. It's going on right now until December 12th, and it benefits Toys for Tots, which is a charity that basically takes your donations of toys and money, and it helps them bring Christmas to kids who otherwise wouldn't have a very Merry Christmas. They wouldn't have gifts under their tree. And it's an awesome charity. They're trying to raise $12,000, so basically $1,000 a day, and they're already above their goal in the sense that they're on day 9 and they have $10,000 right now. So they're at $1,000 ahead of schedule.
Wow.
So that's really cool. So basically, you can go there, you can watch your favorite live streamers, and they'll be playing all indie games. 12 Days of Indie, so Minecraft. There's games like Asteria, which I've played, really fun. 3089. I was playing that today. And then the developers will be in there too, in the chat, helping people out and talking about their games. So it supports indie titles. It supports Toys for Tots. Really cool. So that's going on right now. You can join in. You can submit your donations. Visit 12daysofindie.com. That's the numbers 12, daysofindie.com. Help us surpass that goal. And yeah, it's awesome.
Awesome.
I streamed this today. Was my last time slot for them. And at the very end of it, for maybe like the last 30 minutes, I got on the front page of Twitch.
Wow, that's awesome.
What an honor.
I know. It was so freaking cool. Like, all these people were pouring in and just, instantly hooked on it. So it definitely helped a lot. The channel itself has been fluctuating in views. It usually has, on its low points, at least 100 people watching. Mm-hmm. But earlier it had like 1,700 people. And
wow. That's pretty good.
You know what I've noticed about people on the front page of Twitch, though? If you visit the actual channel, it doesn't show a whole lot of viewers, and I'm wondering if that's because people on the front page don't technically count towards your view count.
Oh, that would
because they're not really on your channel. They can watch you.
So an unknown amount of people were watching me play 3089 earlier.
Yeah, it could have been thousands.
Yeah, I mean, just people who visit the website. And what happened was I stopped because I had to hand off my stream to the next streamer, and we instantly lost front page when that happened. So, yeah, that kind of sucked for them. Like, oh, man. And they understood that. They're like, yeah, we figured that would happen. So,
yeah.
No, awesome charity event, 12daysofindie.com. Go check it out while you still can. It goes on until December 12th. I don't know if they'll be taking donations afterwards. I mean, maybe on ambushedgamer.com. She's the one putting it all on, and her and her husband basically have been working since October to put this thing together. And the channel itself has developed this awesome community of people, and they are all starting to know each other. So they're trying to figure out ways to keep it going, not just for charity, but just as a community in general. So I'm definitely going to be checking that out and seeing if they're doing more, I guess they'd be called relay streams.
Yeah, and talking about indie games, I'm thinking that would probably be your safest bet in the long run, to be uploading YouTube videos of indie games.
Oh yeah, because they need the exposure.
Yeah.
If you want to upload gameplay videos, I would always suggest to indie games, like 110% of the time. If you can avoid the temptation of playing a AAA title on a stream, do. Even if the game themselves, even if the developers themselves said on their website, it's cool if you do this, you're still gonna, not only are you gonna spend less money buying an indie game over a AAA title, but you're gonna be supporting a whole nother, you're gonna be helping yourself and the people who make the game. Like with Epic Inventor, they put my channel on the front page of their website because they were so grateful I was making videos and they were getting out there.
But what about all those poor, hungry AAA developers?
Oh, poor EA.
And their
Who's gonna
CEO
play The Sims 4
and
now?
board.
Their CEO and board of 3 people. Or you talk about the AAAs?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the AAAs.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
They're very hungry CEOs.
I know, huh?
I mean,
we're just starving.
I like that there's gameplay videos for big titles too. I don't want to spend a bunch of money on what if SimCity was awful? I always test a video game before I play it by watching a YouTube video on it.
Oh yeah.
I just do. That's important. I don't trust the trailers that the developers put out.
Not anymore. They've learned how to mask all the flaws. They've learned how to cover up and lie about what the game really is. And
that's what I like about indie games, is the fact that when they make a trailer, there's a lot of gameplay footage of it.
A lot of it's them just sitting there talking about the game, like, oh, so we have this feature, and you'll notice it's really similar to this game, but we did this differently. And
yeah, it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, there's a really awesome community behind that, and that's why I'm such a huge advocate for 12 Days of Indie and charities like that, because it's cool to think, wow, you're benefiting this awesome, totally legitimate charity too. This charity's been around forever. And then you're benefiting a whole community of people who are fortunate enough to be able to drop a bunch of money on hundreds of indie games all the time, because they add up. But they're cheap. Indie developers charge $15 most of the time that's like an expensive indie game, and that's not much at all for a full title. And
Yeah.
that starts to add up. So people are like, ooh, I'm saving all this money. I'll buy 3 games. So these are people who are fortunate enough to do that, and you can also take that money and give back to kids who are not fortunate enough to have treats for Christmas.
And I know throughout the years they've always had something, but this right here is awesome because of the fact that it gets so much publicity. Being a gamer and having all those gamers involved in this, really helps out.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times it's either a can on a counter of a liquor store asking for money, but they don't get anything. It's very little money that they get for donations. But this kind of event really draws in a lot of money for charity, and I think it's really cool that they do stuff like this.
It's really cool. I like seeing events where there was a big disaster, and then streamers will get together and start raising money for that and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's all kinds of. I've seen that, just right off the top, somebody will do something like that.
There's a fine line, though. I mean, you really got to be careful not to take to find the people who are trying to take advantage of it and avoid them, because there's some people who see a disaster. I mean, it's unfortunate, but I've seen it happen. They see a disaster and they go, ooh, I can do a charity live stream for that, and all kinds of people will come to my channel because it's for charity. But really, all they're doing is thinking about themselves, and I hate that so much. Like, ugh. I felt really bad earlier because I went to take a bathroom break and I played an episode of First Street while I was gone, and I started to tell them where it was. I'm like, yeah, you know what? This is about the charity event, not my silly video. So, if you want more information, watch the credits. But this is just for your entertainment while I went to take a piss.
Yeah.
And they seemed entertained. So. That could be the slogan for First Street. First Street, watch it while you pee.
Yeah,
First Street, it's better than watching nothing.
Because it's not that long, and it's perfect.
So we were talking about
a few minutes.
We were talking about. I don't know if I want to spoil it. Never mind. We were talking about doing an extra episode this season. That's all.
A bonus
I'll say.
season.
Yeah.
Oh.
A bonus episode,
season.
not season. A season of bonus episodes.
A bonus episode.
Have nothing to do with anything. No, we're not doing that.
No.
I'm sorry. For any of you who had your hopes up just now, I'm crushing it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Not a whole season, but one.
We may see an 11th episode for season 1.
That'd be good. And also bloopers?
Maybe.
I'm working out how to do the bloopers.
Yeah.
There's a lot, but some of them are strictly audio. The video ones are there's more audio ones than video ones.
Right, but we can. Yeah, exactly.
I'm very tempted to upload one of my friends' clips of all his audio flukes.
That's
Oh my
awesome.
gosh, I was in tears at some point just listening to that. He was very frustrated with us. Just wait till episode 7.
Oh yeah.
Just wait. You will love
7.
episode 7.
That's a lucky number.
Yes, episode 7 is your lucky number.
That'll be like in January.
Oh man, yeah.
Maybe February.
Yeah.
Well, okay, no.
January. Late January.
It'll be in January for sure. But anyway, so First Street, all that stuff. Let's go into this one. This is really interesting to me, and I don't know if this is true. I feel like this is a big conspiracy, but it's come out that apparently NSA agents have been playing World of Warcraft and other games to spy on people.
I'm not surprised.
Now, granted, this article came out today.
Yeah.
But if you look, this stems from something that supposedly Edward Snowden had leaked regarding video games. And it's according to a classified memo from 2008 published Monday in a joint report by ProPublica, The Guardian, and the New York Times.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like a false story.
No, it's true. I mean, we got New York Times and The Guardian, and wherever
it's
that
hard
is.
for me to look at that and go, yeah, I can see. Because really,
But it was
could you imagine a bunch of people in government suits sitting there playing World of Warcraft?
But it was it was something they did, and it was from what I'm reading from the article, it was unsuccessful.
Because the terrorists aren't using WoW to communicate, and that's why they were doing it. They were looking for terroristic, in quotation marks, communications, and so they were using it to monitor that. And obviously, they're not on there.
Right, but they're not admitting that it was an unsuccess, but they are saying, but it was obviously unsuccessful. In other words, they never found anybody or anything in any of these games for them to do anything about. So it was a waste, basically a waste of our taxpayer money and time for them to do this, but they're not admitting that.
I'm already paying.
All they probably learned is a bunch of misogynistic jokes.
I'm already paying $15 a month to play WoW. I'm not going to pay for your stupid government lackeys to play too.
I mean, maybe they'll catch some weirdos on there trying to pick up on.
Can you imagine the guy they hired to do that job though? Like, we just want you to sit here for 8 hours and play WoW and try to track down terrorists.
They were trying to get informants within the
I'll
game.
track down terrorists.
Now, in order for us to know who you are, make sure you're a night elf. You know?
A dark knight, elf.
You have to be a death knight.
A death knight? Yeah, a death knight.
All of their agents are death knights because they get that level 70 boost at the beginning.
Yeah.
So they have to do less grinding.
Oh, it's funny.
Oh man. So they were trying to get like informants within the game to help them like see private messages.
Basically.
If you're the government, can't you just like go to Blizzard and say, "Hey, we need your private chat logs for national security"?
Yeah, I don't think you can do that though.
So you
Not
can tap
without a
cell
warrant.
phones, but you can't take my WoW chat log. I can take private messages on my Minecraft server and view those. Why can't give them to the government?
Because they don't have direct access to the administrative logs.
Yeah, don't give them any ideas.
I'm sure they have the technology and power to hack into Blizzard to access those, but I don't think they can actually legally do that.
Yeah, and so this was probably the best way for them to do that, is to actually go in there as an informant and try to find these people that way. Because, I mean, think about it. They know that they're being monitored on MSN chat, they're on AOL, on Yahoo, on all the different chats, Skype. So these terrorists, what they're going to do is they're going to use what they don't think is monitored, and that would be like World of Warcraft, Second Life, or something like that.
Or they could meet in person.
Or yeah, why not just meet in person?
Do it like the old spy movies. We stand back to back, and then I slip you a napkin note.
Yeah, exactly.
Use coded messages. What the heck? I mean, come on. These
Lipstick
terrorists
in the mirror.
are little smarter than that, I think. I don't think they're going to go into a World of Warcraft game and chat up, okay, we're going to go take out this building or something, you know? Oh, it's just crazy.
Wow.
But anyway,
and if an attack did happen based on a video game, how crazy of a story would that be? Like, you know, national security threatened by World of Warcraft. Like, what?
Oh, definite clickbait there on that headline.
Yeah.
That would actually be some pretty cool headlines.
It just goes to show you, though, no matter what you're doing or where you're at, just remember, NSA is watching you.
Yeah.
Which you should have already assumed anyway.
Yeah.
Oh,
so, anyway.
Ridiculous. I feel like that was the idea of some nerdy kind of like guys who just joined the NSA.
And they wanted just to have an excuse to get paid to play WoW.
They got caught.
WoW account.
They got caught playing WoW in the office, and they're like, "What are you doing?" Like, I'm onto something. We're investigating."
Best cover up ever.
You see that level 20 night elf over there? Well, we suspect him.
That's a terrorist.
Oh.
He has the
now,
submarine, right?
Second Life was listed as one of the games. That doesn't surprise me, because I think Second Life is basically
that game's
a virtual world chat box is what it is. It's just a big old social environment, and that would be a good place for people to do that.
If any game, I would pick one that was pretty dead.
Yeah.
RuneScape?
That one's dead enough, actually, if you think about it, because there's not millions of people playing it, but there's enough to where if you were on there with your friends, it wouldn't raise any eyebrows. But if Second Life, let's say no one ever played it, and then all of a sudden 3 people jumped on and hung out together, that might raise some eyebrows.
Yeah.
Now, Nanukti in our chat here says, "Why not pedophiles use WoW and Second Life?" Well, if you read the article, it does talk about the FBI and the CIA, and that's been known for years that the FBI and the CIA do monitor some of these video games for that.
Yeah.
That's already known. But we're talking NSA,
Do they have like
which is
Chris
national
Henson
security.
Dateline like stings from WoW?
Yeah, I know. That'd be
Oh
awesome.
my god, I want that episode. I love that show.
That would be so awesome. But no, that's been known. I
Chris
think
Haxon.
anybody should know that. Anybody should know that. That the FBI, even to this day, probably is in our video games. But that's a good thing though, because it gets rid of the
Why don't you join the raid?
weirdos
Why
out
don't
there.
you join the raid right over there?
Yeah, just join that raid. But yeah, so this is fun times, man. We got national security agency playing video games. It's awesome.
So what did you bring to the raid here? A pump? Contraceptive? I don't think you need that for a raid on an instance.
Oh my. Oh no,
Wow.
Chris Haxon. Oh man, ridiculous. So, anyway, be careful what you play out there on the internet because, you know what? Why? I don't know. Why not just use Twitch and monitor people on there? It'd be cheaper. Enough people are streaming World of Warcraft. Maybe you'll catch someone. Just watch the chat go by as the people are streaming.
Yeah.
Probably.
I just have a hard time believing that.
Well, it was in 2008 too, so it was in 2008, and I think that's when
You
things
have to
were
remember
kind
a
of
lot
fresh.
of the people who make these decisions are older and they don't quite understand the technology.
That too, yeah.
Yeah. There's so much out there now too that people can use to communicate and stuff. How do you even begin to monitor things like that? Oh my god.
Yeah. Well,
It's been going on since 2008, so I imagine it's way worse now. That's usually how it is.
Well,
It doesn't just fizz out. It like
Well,
goes on and it gets bigger and becomes a thing.
well, from what I understand, this article makes it sound like they don't do it anymore because they just didn't have any success with it.
They
That's
probably that's
possible.
probably why it got released. Is
Yeah.
well,
It was something that they did back in
mission
2008.
unsuccess. We're done. We'll pull out and then just make a news story out of it.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
Big Brother
I
is raiding with you.
is what?
Big Brother is raiding with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Just watch the quiet ones. That's what you got to watch out for. Anyone who's really quiet in a video game.
I'm still waiting and hoping that I
I
find
bet
Obama.
it was Leroy Jenkins.
I want to find Obama in a game. That would be awesome. To play
More
with
dots,
Obama.
more dots.
Wouldn't it? Play video games with
That
Obama?
was secret code.
Anyway, so I had something I wanted to mention. I've totally spaced it now. Damn it.
Sorry, we derailed you.
Yeah, I hate when that happens. Anyway, so
Stop dots.
Dreadlowgaming.com.
yeah.
Go.
No.
Video games.
Speaking of promoting things, we mentioned it earlier. I wanted to say that our Indie Spotlight item tonight is 3089. It's this awesome indie game, and it just gets better and better. It's 3089. It's the year 3089, and it's actually a continuation of 3059, 3069, 3079. This guy's made all of these. And every time he thinks of a new way to do the game, he bumps the year up 10 by 10 and makes it. So 3079 looked a lot like Minecraft, and there's ships you can fly and stuff like that. But 3089 it has its own graphic style. It doesn't look like Minecraft, and there's still ships you can fly, and it's cool. It's a cool freaking game. You can kind of just take quests and do things, and you can also build in it. There's like building blocks of certain types.
Yeah,
What is the orange stuff you were walking on? Please, if you could just answer that. It looks like hot lava,
Yes.
but it's not.
It's funny you say that because when I was playing it with the developer on the stream, I said, "Why am I walking on hot lava?" And he's like, "That's just the terrain. It's just red because you're supposed to be in a
Wait,
safe zone."
it's just red terrain?
Yeah, you're in a safe zone when you start. Red means friendly, blue means enemy. And I asked him why he chose those colors because
That's
traditionally-
universally wrong.
Yeah, traditionally red's known as bad, but Anyway, yeah, so you're in the red base, so therefore the terrain is red. So you can think of it as red sand. But it's cool because you just walk around and you start to take quests and you level up pretty quick, and then you can put the skill points towards things. So I started upping my pilot skill, and I jumped in a ship and started flying around. And it's really easy but weird to fly. Like, all you do is point your mouse and the ship moves in that direction. You don't control the speed or anything else. And then it acts as a crosshair too, so if you have weapons on the ship, you just kind of move the mouse and point your screen at what you want to shoot and shoot at it.
Gotcha.
It's cool though because it's vast. I mean, the world kind of randomly generates, but it generates based on your name. So if you like, I name myself Vortak, and every time I name myself Vortak, I get the same exact seed. So anyone who plays and they name themselves Vortak, they're going to get that seed, which means that's how the world is going to generate the exact same way it does for anyone with that name. It's cool. Go check it out. I think it's $5 or $6. Really affordable right now on their website.
Wow.
It's going to be linked in our show notes, and it's under development right now. And from what the developer told me, he's not going to make a $30.99 because he likes the way $30.89 has come out so far, so he wants to keep working on that now.
I think I played it way back when it was like $30.59 or something.
That's possible.
I was trying to find it on my computer right now, and I can't seem to find it.
If you bought like the previous version, do you have access to the newest one?
No, it's a whole new game.
Okay.
So if you have $30.79, you still got to purchase $30.89. But it's not very expensive, and it's definitely worth it. It's going to be one I play a lot of because it's cool. It has multiplayer, but it's co-op. I don't think it's any more than co-op. But that's enough. I mean, that's still pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And you can craft and customize your armor, so you can pick up pieces of armor and mix and match them. So you can get armor with all kinds of different abilities, and same with weapons. And then there's microchips you can add to your character. And then, yeah, it's crazy, like how much is in it. For just the early development that it's in, there's a lot to offer. So that's our Indie Spotlight for tonight. That's $30.89. Go check it out on everythingnoob.com in the show notes because it's freaking awesome.
Sweet.
We'll have to do something with it. I don't know. I want to see. That's the where I'm torn right now because I have my Vortex channel, and then we have Everything Noob, and I don't know what to put where. When we do spotlight videos. No idea.
I don't know.
Oh, that's another thing too. Our series.
First,
we need to make that into its own playlist.
I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's already done that.
Gotcha.
We're on top of it.
Oh yeah, we're on this.
Hello.
YouTube. That's one thing I do like.
She's biting me.
You deserve it. Well, that's what I like about YouTube. The playlist makes it really easy to watch episodes really quick, and it used to not be like that.
Yeah.
Things used to be in a playlist, and it almost meant nothing. That's one thing YouTube's done right. Other than that, they haven't done much right.
Yeah, I know.
They pretty much just piss me off.
Stop playing with the wire.
So, anyway, yeah, that's topic-wise. That's all we really got for tonight. I mean, other than that, I'm just obsessed with the Nintendo right now.
The Nintendo?
Yeah.
I'm getting back into Minecraft again, actually.
Really?
I know. Like, I have this renewed, like, I really just really want to play.
I would play it with you and Dreadlow here, but I don't feel like playing it on my own right now. It's too lonely. I think
we should come up with a project.
It's mostly because of my server. Like, I've been wanting to play on that with everyone again, but we can't update because we're still at the mercy of Bucket, which is they're the people who make all the mods for Minecraft and make your server secure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they don't have a stable build of Bucket yet, so we can't update our server because chaos will ensue. So,
yeah.
And I mean, anyone who gets really upset about that, you can thank anyone who's ever griefed before. It's kind of what it comes down to.
It does. You're right. Because I see it in other games, too, that don't have modding.
Griefing, basically, for those of you who don't know, if you've been living under a rock, it means when someone comes and messes
ruining
with your
all
stuff.
the fun for everyone else.
They cause grief. They blow up your house. They pee on your lawn.
All that stuff. Dog poop on the porch.
They'll dump gasoline on your lawn, spelling out mean words and light it on fire.
Yeah.
It's chaos out there. So Anyway, that's why I haven't wanted to play Minecraft. I've wanted to play it with other people, but not alone. It's just so even with a stream, I'm just so bored with it. I'm just going through that point. Everyone goes through that with Minecraft.
Group mountain challenge.
Oh yeah, the mountain survival challenge I created.
Yeah, we'll do it as a group.
Yeah, well, even that.
I mean,
as a group?
have they come to the limit? Is there no more? I mean, is this it or?
No, they're gonna keep updating the crap out of it, I'm sure.
No, I know they're gonna update it, but I mean, is this it for everybody else? I mean, have they exhausted all the mods they can make?
You know what it is? I think 1.7 was such a boring update, but it changed enough to screw up the game. I think people are kind of over new biomes. That's what 1.7 did. It just added a bunch of new biomes.
Yeah, that's all
I think people were like, cool, they were more excited about the horses, and 1.6 really instilled a lot of people's excitement about Minecraft. I think every couple of updates is going to be like that, where they could add a whole nother bunch of things to the game, and people.
We need fish in the oceans, people. Fish in the oceans, please.
I was kind of disappointed with the new biomes, actually.
Yeah, they were very disappointing. That's what I felt. I was looking at them, and I expected
more original stuff. And
you know what it is? They're too obsessed with the realistic thing. They're afraid to go out of the box with vanilla Minecraft, and modders aren't. And I think that's what's frustrating people, because people are seeing Feed the Beast and things like that add all these really mythical cool things to Minecraft. And they're like, why can't Mojang do this? The people who made these mods work for them now, and they still won't add this to the regular game. Why? And, if all they need to do is make modding Minecraft easier for people who don't code the mods. I mean, people who use the mods, if they just did that, they could stop updating it for all I care, because
they could even really add it as an expansion pack to generate more money. Here's the high fantasy expansion pack, and it adds more high fantasy biomes and stuff like that.
No one would buy that.
No.
You don't think so?
Not when it's open source.
If you got the official version.
That one you can make your own, yeah.
Well, no. I'm saying it'd be enhanced slightly since they work for Mojang and they had their own special touch of it. But it's essentially what is it? I forgot the mod name now, and you just said it.
They'd use Unity instead of Java.
Yeah, Feed the Beast. If you could get your own special official version of Feed the Beast, it always updated right with Minecraft when that updated and everything like that. I think people would pay for it as long as the price was reasonable.
I don't think people would. I think it's easier for them to fiddle with the modding than it is for them to spend money. Well, Feed the Beast makes it easy. That's just one
click, and then you never have to worry about it again.
Well, what if your friends don't have the expansion? I mean, if my friend doesn't have the Feed the Beast expansion, at least I can say, okay, well, to get it, download here. Don't spend any money. Or I could say, well, I paid $5 and I got it. I'm like, oh, I don't have money for that right now.
Well, maybe you just can't generate your own world. You can maybe play on a server, or you can play locally on your LAN with your buddy, but you cannot generate a world and you cannot host a world.
What were you gonna say, Dreadlock?
I was gonna say now there's gonna be multiple types of servers now.
Yeah.
But there already is, though, if you think about it.
Yeah. Different. Yeah.
Just now it'd all be officially through under Mojang, and they could do that. But they don't, because they don't want to stray from it, and they keep wanting to make it more and more realistic. And I'm like, I really want more bizarre, honestly.
They need to start. I mean, they were pretty
bizarre. I like
bizarre
the swamps next to the desert, personally.
Some of the mods
you never knew what you were going to get.
Yeah, zombie pigmen, stuff like that's pretty bizarre. They need to stick to that route and stop trying to make it like, oh, well, you'd see this in real life. Who cares? I'm playing a video game, so I don't see things in real life.
Yeah.
Exactly. I get frustrated when I'm exploring for biomes, and it's like, oh, another desert. Guess I'm not finding my precious snow biome again.
All right.
Because now I got to trek through at least 2 more.
It's time to wrap up, but another time. Thank you all for listening to this edition of the Everything Noob podcast. We will be back next week, and check out Wednesday, episode 3 of First Street comes out. Just wait. Just wait. All right. See you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Everything Noob podcast. Be sure to visit everythingnoob.com for previous episodes, show notes, host bios, and blogs.
And while you're there, feel free to write us with any questions, comments, or suggestions you may have. Don't forget to check out the links to our Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch TV channel as well. On behalf of the noobs, see you next week, and happy gaming!